Alright guys, so after all the drama, all the potential trade rumors, another RFA domino falls. And it's one of the bigger ones. Patrik Laine has finally extended a contract with the Winnipeg Jets, carrying a 6.75 AAV for 2 years. So, of course, a bridge contract. We haven't gotten the full details on what the final year of that contract is going to look like. Post-edit Rob here, so it turns out that the contract goes $6 million in year 1 and $7.5 in year 2, which means if the Winnipeg Jets want to qualify Laine, they're going to have to pay him $7.5 million, which honestly, not bad at all. So Patrik Laine is a pretty interesting case. You know, he's obviously known to be a very, very talented goal scorer. There's no question about that. And obviously in his first year, he put up 36 goals, 64 points. Very good rookie season. The following year, he put up 44 goals, 70 points. Fantastic season. And this previous season though, he put up 30 goals, 50 points, and had a minus 24. Take plus minus with a very fine grain of salt. But a minus 24 on a very good Winnipeg Jets roster. It just doesn't add up. And that's the thing with Laine, and why I think this contract is so, I guess the term is so low. Because it's something that I predicted. I think this makes sense on both sides, is very low term. Just to see what Laine turns into. Because, you know, Laine has always been kind of judged or critiqued as being more of a one-dimensional player, I guess. He's a pure goal scorer, but his defensive play, his two-way game is definitely in question. And so the thing is when Laine is putting up 35, 44 goals, it's not really a big issue when he does have his defensive lapses. But like this previous season, he puts up 30 goals and has so many defensive lapses, it becomes a bigger issue. Because I do see a lot of people going, you know, Laine put up 30 goals. Like, he's still a great goal scorer, and he deserves to get paid. And fair enough, fair enough. But when you take into consideration that his defensive game just isn't up to par, that's where we see a lot of issues and why I'm sure this negotiation took a lot longer than it should have. I'm not really concerned with Laine. I think he's still obviously a potential 40-50 goal scorer. I think obviously amazing release, great shot, power play specialist, but it's that two-way game where everything comes into question. Because in 2019, it's obviously very important to have those pure goal scorer types like Laine. But when you have a guy like Kyle Connor, for example, so Kyle Connor has still yet to sign, who is that more two-way player who has the ability to put up 40 goals, like 30, 35, 40 goals, it's hard to pay Laine, you know, this outrageous contract when you can be paying a guy like Kyle Connor who can still put up goals but plays that complete game. Now, I'm a big fan of Laine, and in my opinion, this contract's actually pretty perfect. I think it's that perfect contract where it's so short term, so it's going to be, let's see what you can do. Yet it still has a good dollar amount where it obviously make Laine and his agent happy. But it's so short where it's probably the biggest, I guess, show me what you can do contract we've seen so far. I mean, I think it's one of the shorter RFA contracts we've seen, besides maybe, you know, Kevin LeBlanc, but that was definitely an outlier. But in terms of the AAV, 6.75 for 2 years, that is not terrible whatsoever. Because I'm guessing, based on my opinion, if it was more like a 4 or 5 year contract, I'm guessing it would have been closer to like the $8.5, $9 million range. But from the Jets' perspective, that is a big risk because, you know, if Laine doesn't score 40 goals, then he's not worth it. If he scores 35 goals and is getting paid, you know, $9 million, but has no defensive game, the value is just isn't there. But for all you Jets fans, I'm very happy with this contract. I think it's great value. It's going to be awesome because it's a great in-between contract where you can show you what he can do to see if you can get that payday later. Laine, again, he had that one down year, but I really expect him to come back strong, have a good performance next year. Hopefully all the distractions are gone, and he's signed before opening night, which is awesome. Because to be honest, out of, I guess, Rantanen, Kyle Connor, and Laine, I thought Laine was probably going to be one of the last ones to be signed. So, kind of crazy to see. I'm very happy he finally got the deal done. Hopefully there's no more internal issues with the teams based on his comments, even though, I mean, I'm sure that's all dealt with in the team. I guess, who is it? Little? I'm sure he's not too upset. So hopefully all the distractions are gone. Laine gets in. I'm sure, actually, I guess he's in Switzerland, so he won't get in a preseason game. Maybe he could get a preseason game in, but I doubt it. But hopefully it's all good to go. And Laine is back in his goal-scoring form. Anyways, guys, what do you guys think about the Laine contract? Personally, I think it's It's what I expected. 2 years. I thought he was actually going to get more than 6.75, around the $7.5 million range. But 2 years, 6.75, not too bad considering that Laine can completely turn around the type of season he had last season. Anyways, guys, let me know what you guys think down below. How does it compare to the RFAs that we've seen signed, and what is the Kyle Connor contract going to look like? Thank you guys so much for watching. See you guys later.